Now let us clarify the branch control structure what we have just discussed through a Python demo program. Here you can clarify the concept of if else. Also you can clarify the syntax of it also. So let's write down the code. So here actually I want to initialize a variable, and then I am storing city inside it, and then I want to write the if condition, that is if the value stored inside the variable equals city, then what do I want to do is, so I want to go left, that is print, and inside print I am typing go left like this. So otherwise what do I want to do is, else what I want to do is print go right. Now here what you need to remember in Python, whenever you are saying that, well, if var equals city, if this condition holds true, then you want to execute some line of code. Those line of codes that will be executed if this condition holds true, that should be indented inside. What does that mean is, it should be written like this. As you can see that the line that I want to execute if var the value of var is actually equals city, I want to print go left. So I just put some space, and then I printed go left. So now if you are coming from C++ or Java background, then you may find it little bit confusing that in C++ or Java you can just use an opening and closing curly brace to execute a block of statement upon success of a condition or upon truth of the condition. But in Python there is no such opening or closing curly brace like this. No, here you really do not have this thing. But what you have to do in here is, have to remember in here, everything is decided based on the indentation. All right, and well, here is the actual syntax. So if inside parenthesis you are writing down the condition, that is var equals city, and then followed by a colon symbol, which actually says the Python interpreter that, well, if this condition holds true, then I want to utilize some statements. What are the sum statements? Those sums, the sum statements are those which you are writing by putting some space, or normally call it by indenting it inside this if block. So now let us see whether it gives me the correct result or not. So here it is var equals city. So let's see whether it is printing go left or not. So now if I just run it, as you can see, it is printing go left. So the statement inside this if, or written by doing an indentation after if, is being executed. The same way, if I just change the value inside this if, let's say I'm writing down forest, then what will happen? Instead of going inside this if and instead of executing this line number 4, it will directly come to this else part. Why? Because this var equals city, that is false now. So whenever this condition is false, it will directly come inside this else statement, and it should print whatever is written by indenting this line after this else. And well, else should also be followed by a colon symbol to tell the Python interpreter, well, there are some lines that you need to execute if this var equals city or whatever condition is written here is evaluated to false. So now if I just run it, since var equals forest, now it should print go right, which is written inside else. So let's see. So as you can see, it is printing go right over here. So that is about the if and else condition. Now the point is here, just for the easy understanding, I have written only one line of code that is executed upon success or upon the truth of this condition, or like the false of this condition. So there are only one statement, but you really do not need to stick to only one statement. There can be as many things as you want to do, it can be there. So let's say print, uh, let's say this is this line will execute if condition is false, sorry, condition is true. And also inside else also you can write as many lines of code as you want. So here it is like false. So as you can understand right now, both the statement inside else will be executed. So let's run it, and as you can see, both the statement have been executed inside else. All the lines that are written after else by putting indentation, those lines will be executed now. And not only this print out, you can do any type of operation basically. For example, let's say result, let result equals 2 times 3, and let's print out the result also. That is also possible. Print out result. So if var equals city, then it should print 6 also after this line. And also if result equals, let's say 4 times 3, and then print result. So if it goes inside else, it should print 12. Now according to our condition, since var equals forest, it should directly go to the else condition, and it should print first go right, then it will print this line will execute if condition is false, like this, and then it will execute this line result equals 12, and finally it will print the value inside result. So let's see whether it is printing 12 or not. So if I just run this program, as you can see, it is 12. The same way, if you again change it to city like this, what should be the output? First it will print go left. Now this var equals city is true, so it will print go left. Then it will print this line will execute if the condition is true, and then it will evaluate result equals 6, and it will print 6 in here. So let us run this. So whenever I will run it, I'm getting this result. Now just to show you the syntax how it works, let me just simply remove this indentation like this. Okay, so whenever I am just, so here the code was like this, there was a space in line number 4. I just remove this space like this. Now let us try to run this code and let us see what happened. Whenever I will try to run this code, you will get an error in line number 4, as you can see in here. And what is the error? That is an indentation error. Expected an indented block. Means whenever the Python interpreter encounters if statement, if followed by a condition inside parenthesis, and followed by a colon symbol, it is expecting that there should be some indented block of code, like some block of code with added space inside, added space in the beginning. So until this much is for if, and until this much is for else. So that is about the simple if and else statement in Python, and you can try with any different condition. You really do not need to stick to this equals equals or like the string comparison. You can add two numbers and then check whether it is less than some other number or greater than some other number, or any type of condition you can check with.